Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
Executives from both BPL unions threaten industrial action.
Executive management don't want a war with the union. Find out what they're calling the downsizing. Straight ahead.
A local family is calling for answers after losing their son in a fatal traffic accident.
Hey, I'm Patrice Morrell.
And I'm Bowflex Barbie Fitness.
And we're putting Kyle Joaquin through Zumba Flex Fitness.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina Dragovich. Topping news tonight, leaders of the two unions representing staff at Bahamas Power and Light doubling down on their threat to plunge the island into darkness this summer if the company goes ahead with a right-sizing exercise. During a press conference at BCPOU headquarters today, union leaders slammed BPL executives and even threatened Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis with a blackout when he returns to the country this weekend. Jasmine Brown reports.
Leaders from both unions did not hold back today as they slammed executives from BPL and the Minnis administration, insisting they've been disrespected for too long.
We will not tolerate this bullshit. It ain't gonna happen. Not while I's the president. And I can tell you right now that it can be a long, hot summer if they choose to go about it this way. Because we ain't entertaining with this foolishness.
This threat by the BEWU president comes one day after BPL executives revealed job cuts are on the horizon as the power company transitions to a more automated system. Deputy Chairman of the BPL board, Patrick Rollins, said executives had consulted with stakeholders on the right-sizing exercise. However, union officials insisted that's not so, adding relations between executive management and the two BPL unions have dwindled since the new board was appointed. Even the Prime Minister, who is currently in London, came under fire.
Listen, we don't have time to play. This is not BTC. BTC was Hubert Ingram's Waterloo. And it appears that Minnis heading down that road. So you ain't gonna be riding around in your Jaguars and your Range Rovers, the Buckingham Palace, having tea and crumpets, right? And the people getting put out the pasture. Prime Minister supposed to come up on Sunday? Well, he may land in the darkness. The point I'm making is this. Do not go down this road. The unions are not going to tolerate at BEC. You're not going to disrespect us.
And the jabs did not end there. Maynard denied assertions made on a radio talk show this morning that the island-wide blackout was the result of BPL's planned job cuts.
You could let them idiots to the Guardian Morning Boil know. Don't talk when you don't know what you're talking about. All right? We have old, I keep telling y'all, I've been telling y'all since 2014 now, we have old equipment. All right, that board that blew yesterday had not been maintained for 10 years. So tell Morning Blend, don't go there. If they don't know what they're talking about, pick up the phone and call somebody.
Though BPL executives did not say how company employees could lose their jobs in the exercise, they did reference Power Secure's business plan, which recommended cutting over 200 persons in an effort to save the cash-strapped company millions of dollars. The unions are demanding a meeting with BPL executives to address their concerns, and they insist all communication through the media must stop.
And we ain't scared.
Never scared. Nope.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Following the BPL union's threat of a very dark and hot summer for customers, the power company's CEO held another press conference today to respond to union leaders and set the record straight on BPL's right-sizing plans. Jared Higgs has that.
In a second news conference in 24 hours, BPL CEO Whitney Hasty told reporters he doesn't want a war with the two unions representing employees. He noted that the right-sizing exercise announced yesterday will involve requests for employees to accept voluntary separation packages. The CEO, who is approaching 1 year in the top role, says it's a known fact that BPL is overstaffed.
And I think the Bahamian people know at large that the number of employees that are actually inside this organization is far exceeds what is needed to run this organization. I mean, you really don't even need to be an employee of BPL to know that. The union, as a matter of fact, when we came in as a board in July of last year, when we had first discussions with the union acknowledged the fact that there are way too many people in this organization for this organization to be as effective and as efficient as it can be.
Hasty insisted that the voluntary separation packages will be attractive and they aren't just playing with words.
Oh, we're not playing semantics. Absolutely not. We won't play semantics with people's lives. We realize that people's lives are very important, and we honor and we respect that. The difference in right-sizing and downsizing lends itself to really forcefully moving people out of the organization, right? Right-sizing is obviously moving where there are weaknesses, bringing in some strengths. Where there are shortfalls, obviously shoring those up. And then in addition to that, the voluntary separation says that somebody may decide, with 5 years in this organization, 15, 20, 25 years, right, depending on what the package offers, may decide that, hey, it's time for me to move on.
Though BPL officials indicated yesterday that stakeholders, including union leaders, have been consulted, Hasty admitted today that union officials were not consulted concerning any possible downsizing. He insisted that there is no need for a conversation on that subject at this time. Though former management company Power Secure called for more than 200 BPL employees to get the axe in its business plan, BPL execs have not said how many of their 1,050 employees they want to get rid of.
So we have been working diligently to try to understand what this right-sizing, the right-sized number for this organization would be. We're not there yet, and that's why we have not even approached the unions. I think the question yesterday was in relationship to the numbers of the employees and where we want to go. And I think the deputy chair in his response made reference to right-sizing the organization. And so until we get there, we can't say.
While Hasty says union members may feel left in the dark, he says that threats to sabotage power supply were simply uncalled for.
I think it's natural that anybody, when they feel they are threatened, to come out and make statements. You know, we feel pretty good about our relationship with the unions. We would prefer them to have to sit down and talk with us. It's unfortunate that they heard a piece of what was shared yesterday and then made statements against that rather than sitting down and talking with us. But I guess their argument could be equally as well, that we should have sat and spoke with them. But we had nothing to say to them because we were simply being asked a question.
BPL has come under fire in the past due to frequent power outages and blackouts affecting customers on New Providence and the Family Islands. Reporting for our news, I'm Jared Higgs.
Well, despite assurances yesterday by BPL executives that the power company is ready to meet the increased demand for electricity this summer, Bahamas Electrical Utility Managerial Union President Anthony Christie says that is not the case.
We expect about 7 major storms have been reported to come this season. Are we better than we were last summer, the summer before? No, we're not ahead. We're not ready.
We're not.
When we had New Providence get hit by the major storm, we had to get equipment coming from Power Secure. We don't have that equipment ready. Ask how much trucks are available to hit the road for emergency purposes.
Christie's comments come a day after BPL CEO Whitney Hasty outlined how BPL is preparing to meet the summer demand. Hasty revealed that they are focusing on power generation issues on New Providence, Exuma, Abaco, and Bimini. Christie says BPL continues to rely on critically outdated equipment.
Right now, we doing all kind of miracles and all kind of stuff to keep the system going. Believe me when I tell you that. And if we want to be stink, you'll be all, we told the members yesterday, leave it. Let the board go fix it, since they know everything.
Yeah. Well, after months of intense workouts, our Kyle Joaquin took a chance trying a workout of a different speed. Here's another Fit Friday.
All right, Christina, usually Fit Friday is comprised of me working out with the toughest of men. Today, we're going to switch it up and do it a bit differently. I'm going to work out with these ladies in the back here. We have Dekel, Bowflex Barbie, Patrice Morel, and Mighty.
So what we're doing today is we're really going to talk about the Zumba Flex Fitness, which is something that was a brainchild of Dekel, Bowflex Barbie, and I to combine Zumba and circuit training. And then we also have a little surprise we want to talk to you about with Mighty at the end.
This is a surprise?
Yeah, it's a little surprise at the end.
You said Zumba, so obviously I'm dancing.
Oh, definitely. I hope you have your dancing shoes on.
Now, Zumba involves a lot of dance movements. Just a heads up, I have no rhythm. that was only the first round. Did Bowflex Barbie put me through a circuit?
Never again will I underestimate the workout of a woman. These two women here. Patrice and the So, what kind of workout did I do just now?
So you did Zumba Flex Fitness. That was the experience. We start you with the Zumba, some cardio, get your blood flowing, get the heart rate up. And then we come in with the circuit training to keep the heart rate up, burn some more calories, and then we finish it with some more Zumba.
At the end of the class, does everyone look like me?
Yes, guaranteed, guaranteed. And you burned like countless calories.
Yeah, so I could get my abs together for carnival.
Definitely, man. You just got to make sure you come to Club 1 to me and DeKel. We're here 2 Saturdays out of the month, and we will kick your butt.
They're also inviting you out to a one-of-a-kind Zumba concert. That's for every member of the family.
I call it like a big party, dance party. We're planning to introduce all the Zumba instructors right now that we have in Nassau. And it's gonna be June 16th at the Melia Hotel at Independence Room. And it's gonna be from 9 until 12.
3 hours?
In the morning until 12 midday.
And I'll see you there with another edition of Fit Friday. For our news, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Thanks, Kyle. Still to come on our news, one family's fight for answers, plus how classroom changes can help children with autism. That and more when our news returns.